Today's topic is inflation. In economics, inflation means a sustained increase in the price level of goods and services over a period of time in an economy. In simple way, we can say that rise in prices, decrease in value of money. Or for example, we can say a bag full of money for handful of commodities. Or else, if you own amount of dollar in your hand, you will get only a small amount of goods and services. Now let us see the causes of inflation. The major causes are rising wages, cost to push inflation, demand pull inflation, monetary inflation. The first important cause is rising wages. One of the major cause for inflation is rising wages. As we all know that the firm have to incur huge cost for providing in terms of wages to its employees. As higher the cost of wages, higher will be the price level, higher will be the level of inflation. The second cause is cost to push inflation. Cost here we mean cost of production. Or else we can say that some of the factors are like labor, land. When the cost of these factors are increasing, automatically that will increase the cost of production of the commodities. Higher the cost of production, higher will be the price level. The third important cause of inflation is demand pull inflation. Demand here we mean aggregate demand. If you see that aggregate demand may lead to aggregate consumption. Aggregate consumption leads to aggregate investment. Aggregate investment leads to increase in government expenditure, and finally that goes up to the export level. So finally, if you see that aggregate demand is the major cause, if aggregate supply equals the demand, then inflation will not arise. If demand is more and supply is less, there comes the problem of inflation. The next important cause is monetary inflation. So in the previous point we saw aggregate demand, here excess of money supply. So excess of money supply also leads to higher level of inflation. People who would like to spend more amount of money for consumption, so that increases aggregate demand. Increase in demand lead to increase in price level, so there comes the problem of inflation. So these are four causes or important causes of inflation. Now let us see what are the consequences. Some of the consequences are greater uncertainty, redistributive effects, less saving, damage to export competitiveness, social unrest and interest rate. The first important consequence is greater uncertainty. What do you mean by greater uncertainty is both the firm as well as the people, they are not, or they have the problem of uncertain towards the growth of the economy. If you take the firm, because of uncertainty, they will not be interested in expanding their business. And if you see from people point of view, people may also hesitate to make new investment on their business. So this uncertainty leads to inflation in the economy. The second important consequence is redistributive effect. Here redistribution, or here what we mean is the majority of population of India, there comes constant income or regular income. People who like getting pension or government salaried people, retired people, students, or income earned from property, more or less they get only constant income. When the price of the commodity increases, these people consumption is affected and that leads to increase in inflation. Then third important consequence is less saving. Already I said, more the amount they have to spend for consumption, here comes the problem of less saving. So the people are already having a problem of uncertainty, higher the level of demand. So in order to increase their standard of living, they want to spend more money on consumption, less money on saving. So people automatically spend more on consumption and less on saving. The next important consequence is damage to export competitiveness. So what we mean by export competitiveness is higher rate of inflation will hit or affect the export industry. And what will do is the cost of production will increase. That increases the prices of goods and services. Automatically the export level will also be affected. Then another important consequence is social unrest. Social unrest is when the rate of inflation increases, that creates some dissatisfaction among the workers, or people also feel something uncomfort or discomfort towards the growth of the economy because everything is uncertain for them. Suddenly there will be increase in price level, increase in demand, increase in money supply. So on the whole, that brings some discomfort towards the growth of the economy. Then the next consequence is interest rate. The central bank may also use the money to control high inflation rate by increasing the interest rate. So when the rate of interest increases, cost of borrowing will bring only negative impact in the society. So far we have seen what are the causes of inflation, what are the consequences. Now we'll pass on to the measures, how to control inflation. There are two important measures. One is monetary and another one is fiscal measures. Monetary measures are credit control, demonetization of currency or issue of new currency. So if the government is willing to adopt monetary method or monetary control, the first important measure is having credit control, avoiding excess of money supply, excess of demand, rising wages, avoiding the problem of social unrest, or even they can devalue currency towards export or demonetization of currency, or finally the government can even adopt issue of new currency. And when you see the fiscal measure, one of the important fiscal measures is reduction in unnecessary expenditure. Say for example, in the form of fringe benefit, subsidies, spending the money on unproductive expenditure. If you see that majority of the income of the government goes towards unproductive rather than productive. So if the government take initiative in reducing unnecessary expenditure, surely inflation will be under the control. Second important measure is the government can increase both the direct tax or indirect tax, or increasing excess duty, custom duty. So by increasing on the whole the rate of taxation, inflation can be controlled. The next important one is if the government concentrate on interest because of uncertainty in the economy, people do not want to save their money or invest their money. So if that uncertainty is slowly reduced by the government, automatically people will be motivated to increase their saving. And the government, they have to take initiative to bring either balanced budget or surplus budget. Most of the time the government gives only deficit. In order to compensate the deficit, the government is taking monetary or fiscal measure to increase the rate of interest or to increase the price level in order to solve the deficit. So one of the measures suggested for the government is it has to adopt only balanced or surplus structure. And finally, there is a need for the government to repay the public debt. But when the amount is spent for unnecessary productive expenditure, the government need not take the initiative or role to repay the public debt. Rather, it can be given in the hands of the state government or local government. So, on the whole, or to sum up, so far what we have seen is what is the meaning of inflation, what are the causes, consequences, and how to control. So, in order that is to conclude, inflation, who is playing a major role is only the government. So, the government should adopt all measures simultaneously. Inflation is like a hydra-headed monster which should be fought by using all the weapons at the command of the government. Thank you.